he has hit so many crucial home runs in so many different ways. You've heard of Babe Ruth hitting a home run in 1932 off Charlie Root in Wrigley Field in the World Series, when he pointed at the center field seats and practically claimed he was going to hit the ball where he indicated. I hardly believe that that was exactly the way it has been bruited about since, because Babe had a way of pointing in general with a whole hand, using all his fingers and just making a motion in a general direction, which I would believe he did in the 32 series. I didn't see it, but I would assume the same thing, because I'll tell you why. The same thing, almost identical, happened in Boston in 1928, I believe it was, or 27, I forget the year, but one of those years prior to that time. You see, there was, just to be real plain with you, there was a very obnoxious character who used to come to the ballpark in Fenway Park in Boston, a fellow by the name of Conway. We knew his name because he used to be there so often. And during Prohibition, he used to come there attired in just a little loose wraparound sweater, and he'd have 2 bottles of White Lightning stuck in each hip pocket. When I say White Lightning, I guess it was just alcohol that he had in there. And this was a double-header up there in Boston in September. Now, Ruth and Gehrig were tied for the home run leadership at that particular time. I may recall they had about 40 apiece at that point. And this was in September, and I think that was 1927, because that's the year that Babe hit 60 and Gehrig wound up with 46. But at this point, they were just tied. And here we go. So the game starts, and the first game, Ruth looked like a Tunaville. He looked like some kid that came out of a Class C league. He struck out a few times, and he looked particularly bad. And this guy this Conway, sitting up in the stand, had a big bass voice, and he was a very deep heckler. And he kept giving Babe that, boo, oh, you big bum, get out of there, you, and all this sort of thing. And he kept giving it to Babe as he kept nipping on this bottle. Well, each nip provided him with extra ammunition, and he kept showering it on Babe and yelling, and Babe took it as long as he could. The second game started, and I think it was Dan McFadden pitching. And Babe came to bat with a couple on the first time at bat in the second game, and he had really taken this. And finally, Babe, in complete exasperation, stood by the home plate, and suddenly he backed out of the batter's box, and as he did in 1932, he made a motion in the direction of the right field seats, high up in the right field bleachers. And but he didn't point with one finger or exactly, he just made a motion in the general direction of the bleachers, indicating that's where he expected to hit the ball. And sure enough, by George, he took a wind-up swing, and that famous Babe Ruth swing, he hit one on the nose, he hit it out there in the right field, the ball took off like the one he hit off me, and landed up in the extreme right field section of the right field seats up there, way up at the top. And he, in that pigeon-toed jog of his around the bases, that one that people will never forget, as he touched each base, coming around third base, doffing his cap very politely to the people in the stand, he reached the home plate, stood in the center of the plate, made a very courtly bow to the people in the grandstand, doffing his cap and bowing low, as Walter Raleigh might have laid his red cape in front of Queen Elizabeth, and then pointed to this guy Conway and went over to the cops and had Conway taken out of the park. He had him thrown out of the park. But Ruth was like that, you know.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever get back, for it's root, root, root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Hi everybody, this is Apba Brian bringing to you Apba Baseball Classics, game number 151 of the All-Time Greats Tournament, the 1912 Boston Red Sox and the 1927 New York Yankees. This is game 2 of their series, best of 3 series. The Yankees are up 1-0. We're at Yankee Stadium. You know the starting lineups. Let's play ball and roll the dice. Urban Shocker, a grade B-Z pitcher, is pitching for New York against Smokey Joe Wood. Harry Hooper steps into the box for the Boston Red Sox. 1-3 for Hooper. That's going to be a base on balls. Hooper runs down to first base. He is a grade C24 stealing, which means that he can't, I think the letter grade will let him go. His chances to be safe will be 11 through 46. There are no modifications. Shocker's move to first is 0, and Collins' rating is 0 as a catcher. So Lewis is up to bat to hit and run. He has to have 231s on his card. He does. Could be a straight steal. We're going to take off. Here's the throw to second base, 31, and Harry Hooper has stolen second base. That's his 4th steal of the tournament. He's in scoring position. Here's the pitch to Duffy Lewis. 45 is going to earn another walk. Red Sox showing patience in the early going. They got 2 runners on for Tris Speaker, a 383 hitter in 1912. Urban Shocker checks the sign, checks the runners, and pitches. 6-6 roll. That's a hit column roll for Tris Speaker. 23 is going to be a bases clearing double to center field. Hooper and Lewis both score. Red Sox are up 2-0 and nobody out. Larry Gardner comes up to bat. 6-5 will be popped into the air, and third baseman Joe Duggan tracks it in foul territory and makes the catch. 1 away. Jake Stahl. 6-6 roll for Stahl. That's going to be a hit column roll. 62 is a double, and that will score Speaker. Red Sox come out swinging. They lead 3-0. Bob Shockey gets up into the bullpen to loosen up for the Yankees. Here is Heine Wagner. 26 is a swing and a miss for strike 3. 2 outs. Here's the catcher, Bill Kerrigan. .22 is going to be an 8 against a B. Ground ball to the pitcher, Shocker. Throws to first. And the first inning is a shocker to Shocker. The Red Sox are on top, 3-0. Smokey Joe Wood takes the mound for the Red Sox. This is his 4th start in the all-time greats tournament. He has pitched 27 innings. He was not involved in the decision the first 2 starts, won the 3rd start. So he's 1-0, 1.133 earned run average. Earl Coombs is the hitter, leading off for the Yankees. Here's the pitch for Earl Coombs. 46 is a ground ball back to Wood. Throws to first. 1 away. Smokey Joe Wood is a grade A-B pitcher, X, Y, and Z modifiers. That's about as good a rating as you can get in Apba. So hits have to be hits in both the A column and B column for them to be hits. If there's any outs in either column, the batter is out. And then he's got the XZ modifier, XY modifier with the Z. Mark Koenig steps in the box. 52. 27 is a ground ball to third base, or X. It's going to be a swing and miss for strike 3. 2 up and 2 down for the Yankees. Here is Babe Ruth. Slightly injured yesterday for the remainder of the game, but he's back in business today. Here's the pitch to the Babe. 56 is a base on balls. Ruth is average in speed. Here is Lou Gehrig. The pitch to Gehrig. 54 is a fly ball to right field. Harry Hooper is under it and makes the catch. The Yankees are retired in the 1st. We go to the top of the 2nd. Red Sox 3 and New York 0. Stephen Yerkes will lead off for the Boston Red Sox on top of the 2nd. They're up by 3 runs. Here's the pitch from Urban Shocker. 45 is going to be a base on balls. And that's the way the first inning started, with Urban Shocker having trouble finding the strike zone. Here's the pitcher, Smokey Joe Wood. a good hitting pitcher. Here's the pitch to Smokey Joe. 6-6 roll for Smokey Joe Wood. That could be extra bases. And it's a drive. It might be. It could be. It is out of here, and the Red Sox are off and running to a 5-2 lead in the second inning. How do you do? Timeout. Yankees are going to change up. They've had George Pickraps up also, and he's going to relieve. He's a grade C pitcher, X and W modifiers. He will not get the bump up. Harry Hooper steps into the box. 46 is a swing and miss, strike 3. Duffy Lewis. Here's the line and the pitch from the right-hander from Ida Grove, Iowa. 45 is going to be a walk. Tris Speaker, who started the scoring for the Red Sox with a 2-run double in the first. 63 is a fly ball to center field. Earl Coombs makes short work of that fly ball, and there's 2 outs. Larry Gardner, 63 is a fly ball to Coombs again. Makes the catch. That's the end of the second inning, but the Red Sox add 2. We go to the bottom of the second. Boston 5, and the Yankees nothing. Bob Musil will lead off the bottom of the second inning for the New York Yankees. He's inning 395 in the tournament. And like Ruth and Gary, he's having a very productive all-time greatest tournament. 6-1 is a 40. Fielding column 2, that's going to be a foul ball. Strike 1. 3-4 is a fly ball to center field. Tris Speaker is under it and makes the catch. 1 down. Tony Lazzari. 45 is going to be a walk. Umpire's got a tight strike zone today. That brings the bat Pat Collins with the runner on first and 1 down. 1-6 is a 28 that's going to be hit on the ground toward the shortstop. Heine Wagner is up with it, throws to Jake Stahl at first. 2 outs. Lazzari goes to second. Here is Jumping Joe Dugan. Yankee third baseman. Here's the pitch. 43 is a ground ball rolled back to Smokey Joe Wood. Or Y. And he's got the Y, so that's going to be a strikeout. Second strikeout for Wood. That's the end of the Yankees' second inning. We go to the top of the third. Red Sox 5, New York nothing. Jake Stahl will lead off for the Red Sox in the top of the third. Here's the pitch from George Pipgrass, 45, and for the third time in a row, Boston will start off their offensive inning with a base on balls. Stahl's average speeds at first. Charlie Wagner is the batter. 1-5 is an 11 against a C. That's a single over first. And the runner goes to third. We're using basic Apba and the new book, but for stealing we're using master rules. So Wagner's at first, D26 stealing. 5-run lead. I think they're going to hold, and the Yankees are going to play the infield back. Here's Bill Kerrigan. 54 is a fly ball to right field. No, it's not. Yeah, wait a minute. It is. Fly ball to right field. Not very deep. Harry Hooper has it, and the runners will not be able to advance. 1 down. Yankees will still play the infield back. Second baseman Steven Yerkes. 1-6 is a 28. Hit on the ground to the shortstop, Mark Koenig, who throws the ball to second. Lazzari's got it off at first. Not in time for the double play. Stahl scores. Wagner is out at second, 6-4. And Yerkes is on with a fielder's choice. And the Red Sox add another run to the board. It is 6-0 Boston. 2 outs, Smokey Joe Wood, who homered his first time up. 1-2 is a 25. And that's going to be a ground ball to Marconi at second, who goes a short way, 4-6. To retire Yerkes, that's the end of the top of the third. Red Sox add a run, and it is now 6-0 Boston. Pitcher George Pickgrass will lead off for the Yankees in the bottom of the third inning. 5-6 is a 34. That's going to be a Y for a strikeout. Third strikeout for Smokey Joe Wood. Earl Coombs. 14 is a fly ball to left field. Duffy Lewis moves back a couple of steps. He's got it. 2 outs. Mark Koenig. 1-1 roll for Mark Koenig. That's a hit column roll. And 62 is a double for Mark Koenig. That is a first Yankee hit. He's a second for Babe Ruth. Wood checks the runner. Here's the pitch to the Bambino. 45 is a base on balls. Ruth takes the walk to first for the second time. Here is Lou Gehrig, whose 5.14 tournament average is leading the Yankees. Here's the pitch to Lou Gehrig. 1-3 is a 14. 2 balls and no strikes. Wood has a control Z modifier. 21 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. That ends the third inning for the Yankees. We go to the top of the fourth. Boston 6, New York nothing. Harry Hooper, hitting .234 in the tournament, steps in the box to lead off the fourth for the Red Sox. They're up by half a dozen runs. Here's the pitch to Hooper, 54. There's a fly ball to center field. Earl Coombs comes in and makes the catch. Duffy Lewis has walked twice. 33 is a hit column roll for Duffy Lewis. And 63 is a double. Red Sox threatening again. Here's Tris Speaker. 6-6 roll for Speaker. And that's a drive. It might be. It could be. It is out of here. 8-0 Red Sox. Tris Speaker touches them all. Duffy Lewis steps on the plate first, then Speaker. Red Sox are pouring it on. Here is Larry Gardner. 45 is a base on balls. Jake Stahl. $14 is a walk. And the Yankees pitchers have walked 6 batters already in the fourth inning. Here is Heine Wagner. 33, that's a base hit for Wagner. A single to left. Gardner will score. Stahl goes to third. 9-0. The Yankees go back to their pen, and they're going to call on Bob Shockey. He's a grade B reliever, X modifier. I think he'll use his C rating in order to give the Yankees some innings. So he's going to be using his C rating. He is a right-handed pitcher facing Bill Kerrigan, a right-handed batter, so he'd be a grade B pitching to Kerrigan. There's one out. Yankee infield is playing back. Here's the pitch to Kerrigan. 42 is a 14. Walk. That loads the bases for Steven Yerkes. Infield's still playing back. Kerrigan is average speed. Here's the pitch to Steven Yerkes. 36 is a 12. That's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. Mark Koenig throws, or gets the throw from, or Lazari gets the throw from Koenig, and the throw goes to Gehrig for the completion of the 6-4-3 double play. That ends the fourth inning. The Red Sox score 3 times, and they take a 9-0 lead. Bob Musil leads off the bottom of the fourth for the Yankees. 32 is a 26. Ground ball to second base. Yerkes throws the first, 1 down. Tony Lazari. 25 is a 10 against an A pitcher. That's going to be a single on both columns. So a base hit, only the second for the Yankees. Lazari is on first. Pat Collins. .62 is a 22 hit by pitcher. I was thinking this morning that Tony Lazari might be my pick to click in this game. He's kind of had a difficult tournament, and he's the only Yankee that's been on base both times. Now, Joe Dugan comes to bat. Lazari's at second. Pat Collins is at first. Here's the pitch to jumping Joe Dugan. 62 is a 26. High pop-up on the infield. Steven Yerkes is under it. 2 outs. Bob Shockey will hit for himself. Here's the pitch. 21 is a fly ball to left field. Duffy Lewis is under it and makes the catch. We go to the 5th inning. Boston 9 and New York nothing. Red Sox have totally turned the table on the Yankees. Yesterday, after 4 innings, they had an 8-3 lead. The Yankees had an 8-3 lead. Today, the Red Sox are 9-0 up on New York. Smokey Joe Wood leads off for Boston. 42 is going to be a base on balls, and Yankee pitchers have walked the leadoff hitter in 4 out of 5 innings. Not a recipe for success. You always want to get that first out if you can. Here's the pitch to Harry Hooper, 54. Fly ball to right field, taken by Bob Musil. 1 down. Duffy Lewis. 43 is a ground ball back to Bob Shockey, or a Y. He didn't have a Y. So the runner goes to second. Shockey throws Lewis out at first. 2 down. Here's Tris Speaker, who has homered and walked. 45 is going to be another walk. Larry Gardner. 1-2 is a 25. That's a ground ball hit toward second base. Tony Lazari's got it. Goes a short way, 4-6, to retire Speaker. That's the end of the top of the 5th for the Boston Red Sox. We go to the last of the 5th. Boston 9 and New York nothing. Earl Coombs leads off the 5th inning against Smokey Joe Wood. 43 is a ground ball back to Wood. He has it and throws the first. 1 down. Mark Koenig. doubled his last time up. 53 is a 19. That's going to be an error on the third baseman, Larry Gardner. He's on for Babe Ruth. Ruth has walked twice. Here's the pitch to the Babe. 51 is an 8 against an A. That's going to be a ground ball to first base. Taken by Jake Stahl. Throws over to the pitcher covering. And that's sends Coney to second. 2 outs. Lou Gehrig. .36 is a 14. That's going to be a walk. Or no, it's 2 balls and nope. Or on second, I think that's a walk. That is a walk. First and second for the Yankees. Bob Musil. .63 is a fly ball to center field. Tris Speaker is under it. Has the catch. We go to the top of the 6th. Red Sox 9 and New York nothing. Jake Stahl will lead off for Boston, and a reminder that Bob Shockey is using his C grade rating to try to give the Yankees some innings. Here's the pitch to Jake Stahl. 24 is a swing and miss. Strike 3. Heine Wagner. 23 is a pop-up to second base. Taken by Lazzeri. 2 outs. Bill Kerrigan, the catcher. 46 is a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Bob Shockey strikes out 2 Red Sox in the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 9-0 Boston. Tony Lazzeri leads off the last of the 6th, and New York, if they're going to get back into this game, need to start chipping away. Swing and a miss for strike 3 for Lazzeri. That is the 5th strikeout for Smokey Joe Wood. Pat Collins comes to bat. It's a ground ball to the shortstop. Heine Wagner throws the first. 2 outs. Joe Duggan. And 2-3 is a ground ball to third base. That's a throw over to first from Larry Gardner. 3 up and 3 down for New York in the 6th. We go to the top of the 7th. Boston Red Sox 9. New York Yankees 0. Steven Yerkes leads off the top of the 7th for the Red Sox. No matter what the score, you can't beat fun at the old ballpark. You're out in the sun with friends. And summertime is a special time of the year. And one way to celebrate it is at a ball game. Here is the pitch to Steven Yerkes. 21 is a fly ball to right field. Caught by Bob Musil, 1 down. Smokey Joe Wood. 45 is a walk. Wood takes first. He has been on base 3 out of 4 times, a homer and 2 walks. Harry Hooper. 21 is a fly ball to left field. Babe Ruth is under it, makes the catch. 2 outs for Boston. Here is Duffy Lewis. 43 is a ground ball back to the pitcher. Bob Shockey has it, throws the first. 3 outs for the Red Sox in the 7th. We go to the last of the 7th. They lead by 9 runs. Ray Morehart will pinch hit for New York for the pitcher to lead off the last of the 7th inning. Working in a bullpen for New York as Walter Beal. Here's the pitch to Morehart. 1-5 is a 10 against an A. That's going to be a single for Ray Morehart. Go to the top of the order, and Earl Coombs steps into the box. 44 is a 7. That's going to be a ground ball to third base. Larry Gardner throws to first. Morehart goes to second, 1 down. Mark Koenig. 35 is a 9. That's a single in both columns. No, I was on the wrong page. That's a ground ball to shortstop. And the runner goes to third. Heine Wagner making the play for the Red Sox. That brings up Babe Ruth with 2 outs. And Morehart on third. Here's the pitch to the Babe, who is 0 for 1, 2 walks. And 32 is a 26. That's going to be a ground out to second base, 4-3. Yankees are retired in the 7th inning. We go to the top of the 8th. Boston 9, New York nothing. Tris Speaker leads off the top of the 8th inning for Boston. He's out of Hubbard, Texas, about 60 miles south of where my father's family is from. Here's the pitch to Tris Speaker. 53 is a 15. Fielding calling 2. That's going to be a base hit for Tris Speaker. Fast runner at first, Larry Gardner. Walter Beals on the mound for New York. He's a grade D pitcher or a modifier. There's the pitch to Gardner. 46 is a 29. That's a ground ball to the pitcher. He's going to go to shortstop to get Speaker out. 1-6, it's the fielder's choice. Gardner's at first. He's a fast runner. Jake Stahl. 32 is a 26. That's the same result. Fielder's choice. Gardner's out at second. 1-6. 2 outs. Heine Wagner. And 6-5 is popped up to the catcher. Caught by Pat Collins. 3 outs. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The Yankees are down by 9 runs. I have waited to say the horse is out of the barn because even with Smokey Joe Wood on the mound, because these are the 1927 Yankees, they scored 15 runs yesterday. But Wood has been in total control. He has pitched 7 innings and allowed only 3 hits. He has 1 mark against his point of fatigue. He's working to Lou Gehrig, Bob Musil, and Tony Lazzeri in the last of the 8th. Here's the pitch to Lou Gehrig. 61 is going to be a base on balls. Gehrig takes first. Bob Musil. 1-1 roll for Musil. That's a hit column roll. And 31 is a 5. That is going to be a drive toward right center field. It might be, it could be, it is out of here. A 2-run home run for Bob Musil puts the Yankees on the board. It is now 9-2, and suddenly Smokey Joe Wood is fatigued. His grade goes down to letter A. That would be Bob Musil's first home run of the tournament and his 8th RBI. Here's Tony Lazzeri. Here's the pitch to Lazzeri. 1-5 is going to be a single for Tony Lazzeri. All right, that will do it for a tired Smokey Joe Wood. Sea Lion Hall is brought in from the bullpen. He is a grade B pitcher, Y modifier. He'll be pitching to Pat Collins, and he will be grade A for 1 batter only. Here's a pitch to Pat Collins. 6-4 is a base on balls for Pat Collins. First and second. No outs for the Yankees in the 8th. 2 runs are in. Here's Jumping Joe Dugan. 1-3 is going to be a base on balls. Loads the Yankees. Loads the bases for the Yankees. It'll be a pinch hitter for Walter Beal. The infield will play back. Cedric Durst will pitch it for New York. Here's the pitch from Sea Lion Hall. 1-4 is a 30. That's a fly ball to left field. The runner on third will tag, and he will score. Sacrifice fly. 9-3. First and second for New York. 3 runs are home in the inning, 1 out. Earl Coombs. Coombs is 0 for 4 today. Here's the pitch to Coombs. 1-1 roll. That's a 5. That's going to be a ball hit to left field. Coombs is going to round second, go to third. A triple for Earl Coombs clears the bases. 2 more RBIs, and the Yankees have 5 runs in the inning. And they have more than cut the lead in half. Mark Koenig. As soon as I said the horse is out of the barn, the Yankees said not so fast. Here's the pitch to Mark Koenig. The infield's still back. 1-1 roll for Koenig. That could be a second call and extra base hit. Let's see, 61 is a double for Mark Koenig. That scores Coombs. And suddenly we've got a ball game. It is 9-6. Yankees have 1 out, runner in scoring position. And Babe Ruth will be the 9th hitter in the inning. All right, Charles Law gets the sign. Here's the stretch. And the pitch to the Babe. 2-6 is a swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 outs. Here's Lou Gehrig. 4-4 roll. That's a 6 for Lou Gehrig and a double to left center field. That scores Koenig. It is 9-7 Boston. I'll bring Bob Musil to the plate. He homered 2-run home run earlier in the inning. Here's the pitch to Musil. 5-2 is going to be a ground ball to third base. Throw to first. The inning is over, but the Yankees score 7 times in the bottom of the 8th inning. We go to the 9th. Boston Red Sox 9 and the New York Yankees 7. Wilcie Moore will pitch the 9th for the Yankees, and he's got the bottom of the order. Bill Kerrigan, Steven Yerkes, and then the pitcher spot. There's the pitch to Bill Kerrigan. 1-4 is a fly ball to left field. That's caught by Babe Ruth. 1 down. Steven Yerkes. Red Sox bats have been quiet since the 4th inning. 61 is a 36. Ball 1. Wilcie Moore is a grade A pitcher, Y and Z modifiers. 1-6 is a 28 that's hit on the ground to the pitcher. Moore, who throws to first. Nope, excuse me, 28 would be a ground out to shortstop. 6-3. Two outs. Charles Hall will hit for himself. 46 is a strikeout. Go to the bottom of the 9th. Boston 9 and New York 7. Tony Lazzeri will lead off for the Yankees. They're going to need a base runner to get the tie and run to the plate. Here's the pitch from Charles Hall to Tony Lazzeri. 5-5 is an 8 against the B. That's a fly ball to center field. Tris Speaker is under it. Makes the catch. 1 down. Pat Collins. 1-6 is a 28 that's going to be hit on the ground to the shortstop. Heine Wagner throws the first. 2 away, and the last hope for New York is the third baseman, Joe Duggan. 54 is a fly ball to right field. Harry Hooper is under it, makes the catch. Yankees are retired in the ninth, and the Red Sox hold on to take a 9-7 victory. We'll be back to wrap it up in just a second. Well, the Boston Red Sox broke out of the gates with a 9-0 lead, but the Yankees came storming back with 7 runs in the 8th inning, but it was too little too late, and the Red Sox held on to even the series at 1 game apiece. The Red Sox had 9 runs on 7 hits and 1 error. The Yankees had 7 runs on 8 hits and no errors. The winning pitcher is Smokey Joe Wood, who goes 7 innings and gives up 3 earned runs. Give Hall a save. The losing pitcher was George Pickgrass, 2 1/3 with 4 runs earned allowed. Home runs in the game by Tris Speaker, a 2-run home run in the 4th inning for Boston. And then the Yankees had one by Bob Musil, a 2-run home run in the 8th. All right, here we are with the Cannonball Dick Redding MVP of the game. That is Tris Speaker. Tris Speaker was 3 for 4 today with a homer, a double, and a single, and 4 RBIs, 2 runs scored. So MVP of the day is Tris Speaker. Tris Speaker holds 3 what I would consider probably unbreakable records for career. First of all, he has 46 more doubles than Pete Rose, 792. He has the most outfield assists and the most double plays performed by an outfielder over his career. So Tris Speaker is our MVP of the day. We will be back tomorrow with the 3rd and deciding game between the Boston Red Sox of 1912 and the 27 Yankees. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and God bless.